This is a conscious reconstruction podcast, and I'm here with Big Dog and motherfucking Bitches Jones.
Yep.
Ash couldn't join us today. Mother duties. She had to be a mommy, and so hopefully her little one gets better.
Yes.
And if you don't know, now you know. It's the motherfucking host with the most, aka Tony motherfucking Melbourne, aka motherfucking Tony Berry Gordy, aka motherfucking Mirror on the Wall, who's the prettiest of them all. Me, bitch. AKA ask your girl, ask your wife, ask any bitch that you know.
Read about it.
And that's it. But yeah, we here. We're gonna do a week having settled in to us. And actually talk about it. Give opinions on what we think the movie was about now that we've had some time to think about it and sit and just all that shit. Just normal some conversation. So how did y'all feel about the movie? Now that y'all had time to like sit and think about it.
Now that I've sat and thought about it for real, realistically, I think I like The Tethered.
Why?
Well, I don't know. They kind of like after watching everything about the movie and all that, and seeing the movie, of course, and they kind of represent the underbelly or the other side of the country. Cause I know a lot of people not from here, and like people coming in looking at our country. To anyone outside of the world, our country is a opportunity, but it looks like that. You get in and then you see the people, and people look one way, but they act another way. And
Facts.
It's kind of like, realistically, what the Tether, in my mind, are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the other side, the side that is not shown, the side that's not seen.
The discarded.
Yeah. Or even shit, just another way to look at it is they're the parts that people keep hitting, parts that people don't show.
So do you think the movie is about classism?
I definitely do.
I can see that. Because realistically, everything we show, we don't show our underbelly. We show our top.
Mm-hmm.
Our top 1%, top 2%, 1%.
Yeah.
You don't really know what we're going through until you actually, or see the true country until you actually get into it.
I feel like I like the title being us, and then it also being like a double entendre.
Love
For being
U.S.
the United States, because like the first line when they were like, "Who are you?" and she was like, "We're Americans."
Yeah.
Like,
And I think that's exactly where that came from.
yeah.
That kind of solidified the fact that it probably was focused on classism.
Do you think people? Because I know that like, a lot of people have like mixed reviews about the movie. Do you think people went in with like expectations for like Get Out?
Yes, and
Definitely.
I hate to say it, but I feel like the people that didn't really have a understanding of it are not, I don't want to say not conscious to what is going on, but I feel like the message kind of flew over their heads.
Yeah.
Because they wanted it to be like just like a scary movie, like
See, that's my
or
thing.
like a horror
people
movie.
who go in there like, oh, it wasn't scary. Well, it's in the
It wasn't
horror
meant to.
genre, but
Well,
it's more
it's
of
a thriller. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not meant to be like a.
realistically, if you really get into deep thought, the movie is terrifying.
Yes, yes. If you really think about
if
it,
you really think about it, the movie is terrifying.
Because like in reality, what if all the homeless people and
Yes.
people that we don't care about and treat right decide to rise up and then like fuck us all
fuck
up?
us all over.
What makes it even scarier is the fact that it's something that's more possible than what's actually in horror movies. Yeah, I mean, you can have some guy running around slashing and all this other shit, but this destroys the whole society. This brings down everything you know and you love and you take, like, cherish close to you. It destroys everything, essentially, that you grew up with. Your safety net, your barrier of our country being forever safe, or just us being safe in our world. It takes that all away from you.
It's very true.
If you look at it that way. But people didn't go and look at it that way. They were looking for like
fucking
slash killers, shit like that, or ghosts in the closet.
No, that was like the most like frustrating thing for me. People like, cause I had friends that went and see, and they just like, oh, it wasn't like Get Out, and Get Out was easier for me to. Like it's too much going on that I really got to think about. Like what, like people just wasn't
Lazy.
understanding. Yeah, like
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
like you just
I feel
wasn't.
Like Get Out was easier for people to understand
Because it was black and white, not just the relationship was black and white, but the message was black and white. Period. Like, so.
And this, like, coming into this, it's not even about, like I said, it's not about race. It spans everything. Because originally, looking at it, when you first see them, you just see the original 5. You don't know anything. You don't even know there's more tethered for real until the white people get killed. Then you're like, oh shit.
Cause my thoughts on the movie was
that shit, seeing them more tethered. Like I knew the white people were gonna get killed, just like the way they like they panned out.
Yeah.
The whole house.
Yeah.
But
I thought it was gonna be the black family, like the Wilsons, go over there.
I didn't know how they were gonna die, but I thought maybe since the daughter had like ran off, she might be the one because they told her to go run.
Yeah.
So she might have been like, oh, they're probably gonna go here and kill everybody.
That's what I thought. I thought they was like I thought what was gonna happen was the normal family was gonna show up at the white people's house, and then the tether was gonna come and kill him like that. But no, definitely that was like a perfect element of surprise, dead ass. And then the way they died just so quickly, it was no, like it was no like.
And like that plays more to the Wilsons because I mean.
No, because she was the leader.
Yeah,
Red.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because like. That whole situation, because she had control in the situation, she had a goal, she had a purpose.
Yep.
Everybody else
was just a follower of that.
And that's all.
Yep.
Y'all, we have a situation. We got something.
Do y'all think the reason that she ultimately lost is because that she was still one of the privileged people, and so the point of the movie was to show the
that's a good
people
thought.
who are downtrodden taking over? Because realistically, it was a tethered that won.
Yeah. That was a very good thought. I don't know. I mean, that's a very good thought.
If you think about it this way, right? History serves to say that when the underclass has enough, they rise up. It's happened.
That was my other thought about it. Not
so
just
times.
People like homeless people and stuff like that, but more so like because we are still an underclass to the richer society, That was another thought of mine, that it could have been that. And then because I was trying to figure out like the whole holding hands thing, and I was thinking of that goddamn wall that our president would like to build. Like my thoughts went everywhere with that, and I feel like that was the goal of this movie, to generate those types of thoughts.
I feel like the hand holding also was to show like what real unity could accomplish, because they basically like created a super tour that they were dedicated, they knew what they was doing, and they came out and they did it.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, under her, they were essentially a hive mind, almost.
Good.
Almost a hive mind.
So, another thought: do you think that all the us characters look the same, so that it symbolizes how we should see ourselves and others?
When you say look the same,
like how it was a doppelganger, showing you how you should see yourself in other people, like the downtrodden.
Definitely,
like
because all the shit that we have can be taken away like easy as fuck. It could easily be us or anybody, homeless or whatever, however you want to put it.
Right.
Anybody can be in that position.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, I thought it was like it showed how people can be like, everybody has like a savage side, and not even just like the tethered people. Those like the kids, when it was time for them to kill, it wasn't no like crying. They looked at each other like, bet we gotta go get mom.
Yeah.
Like
it showed like
it wasn't no, they just was about it, which meant that side is in you.
Yeah, it's there. It's possible.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not a thing that, and that's another thing for the tether. Like if you look at the being doppelgangers and whatnot, it's like It's essentially your other side, and that's where my whole thing about being the underbelly of the dark side is like, you have your personality, who you are. Like I said, there's also things that you withdraw and you hold in.
Definitely.
I mean, because of society, about life, family, whatever. And the tether essentially were manifestations of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you like look at the just look at their differences. Abraham's probably the easiest one to like see the difference in. Mm-hmm. But like, it's like it's just a manifestation of him, like him being a big black man.
This is true.
His opposite is a big black man. Also,
yeah.
Did y'all he's like
the
what people see as a big black
right?
Man.
Did y'all like how the big black man didn't work?
Mm-hmm.
How he got taken
immediately from the jump.
Yeah,
from the jump.
And still,
both of them.
He overcame.
Both of them.
Yeah, both big black men
overcame.
in the very beginning. There was no more big black man to be like
the protector.
Or the protector. None of that.
Yeah.
It's you taking orders now.
Yep.
So do you think,
like, the tethered son, he was really feral.
The tethered son, and I was thinking about that because a lot of people. At first, I always thought the theory of the real son being a tethered could have been what it was, but I really just think that either they had some type of a connection because he would always do as he saw him do.
I think that's what it is, because they mirrored what the broken connection was and how the tethered didn't work and how they actually were controlled instead of doing the controlling.
Yep. So that's what I think it was.
Except for the girl who actually was a successful version and won.
Yeah, that was her thing. She was.
I think he figured that out when he like put his mask on and was like moving his hand.
I mean, realistically, outside of his mother being tethered, he seemed like to be the only one to grasp anything that happened through that whole situation. I mean, the daughter probably did, but she seemed like she was more in shock than anything else.
So
I think it's because he was so young that
but
he was
the son,
so willing to accept everything.
But then, because that was the thing that was confusing me, because when they was on the beach, the son was like, she was like, "What you building, a sandcastle?" He like, "No, a tunnel." So how would you know about a tunnel? And you're just, you're the regular son. That's what made me think that of the connection portion of it.
See, I thought about that, but I don't understand how he would have gotten the burnt face.
The actual, no. So. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
The regular son, like, because when he pulled his mask up, his whole face was like,
his mouth.
Yeah,
it was only his mouth.
And so even if he was a regular person, like, from just recently, he would have still had
I don't think
it'd have been fresher scars and shit like that. But that was old. That was,
and I don't think the other one would have been able to speak.
No. He would have had
but still,
outside world to be able to speak.
I'm wondering. I don't know. I do think that it was about them having those two characters having a connection together, but still,
I think
when
he
it was
recognizes
first in the
that
car,
she's tethered.
Definitely.
That's no doubt about that.
But like in the beginning, when the son was cussing, they like, "Where you learn this language from?" Like they acting like this the first time they ever heard him cuss.
Yeah.
But no, definitely, I no longer think that it was that he was also a tether.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I had the initial thought at the very end of the movie.
Yeah, I did too. When they looked at each other,
I'm like,
I think he just knows.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, he just knows. He's not tethered.
Yeah, he just knows.
Yeah.
Do you think that the movie challenged conventional thoughts on masculinity?
For the people that would have caught it. And because I understand where.
Are you just speaking because of the what? Because of the dad?
Yeah.
Because every decision
that was the
Gabe
only
made
thing.
was wrong.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
It was let's go to the beach. I don't want to go there.
I didn't even
if
think
we
about
never
that.
go to the beach, none of this happens.
None of this would have happened to y'all.
I'm saying let's call the cops. Let's get out of here. You go outside and are on some bullshit, fucking with them. Like everything I said, do you didn't do and did the opposite because you're the man and you want to be the leader, and it was wrong.
It was all wrong.
And then you get taken out, and now we follow my orders, and I'm the reason we survive.
Facts. I never thought about it like that. That's dope.
Just
Well, yeah, like I said, I mean, you caught it. Yeah, it definitely does. But I don't think a lot of people caught it for real. And if they didn't catch it, they probably like watch an interview or something afterwards and it was told to them. But I mean, like, yeah, definitely challenged to masculinity.
Do y'all think that those two movies are part of the same universe?
yes,
Why?
It's believable.
because I feel like inside of that universe, there's a government that's working to control people, and
Facts.
there are different avenues that they're exploring, aka putting themselves into African Americans or creating the tether to just kind of control people overall. Where in the beginning it was like the Cage Bunnies, and then once the younger Lupita character came downstairs, she's probably the one that freed them and then like got them eating and shit like that, because they recognized that she was different because of her dancing. And so I think her dancing is the reason that the girl upstairs like was good at dancing.
Yeah,
I think that's why she
yeah.
moved that way. I think
Yeah.
those were her only thing. That was her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why when they was fighting downstairs.
Yeah, that's why she went to dancing, because she's like, you're not going to be able to read
Yeah.
these. These are me.
Yeah.
And it worked for the most part until like the very
The
end.
very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it was. I like the movie.
It's crazy though, right? If you think about it, she still didn't have like, it was still more like, it still proved the tether with the, like, her being a tether and taking her out and killing her at that point, right?
All the tethered won,
Yeah, they did.
except for her family.
Except for her family, yeah.
Yeah, everybody else. But she didn't want her family to win.
Right, because that
They
wasn't her
would've taken
family.
out. Yeah, that wasn't her family.
That wasn't her family,
That
so
was-
she didn't give a
and
fuck
that's
about
crazy.
them.
The Tethers family is the family that's a part of the regular society, and so she had to protect them against all the other tethered.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's probably why she said, "Let's go to Mexico" in the beginning, because she's like, this
She
is
already
only
knew
happening
because it was in the
America.
U.S.
Yep.
Because this experience, this is not happening all over the world. This is not a global thing, and so that's also why I think it's in
The same
the
universe.
same universe, because like I don't think that. Well, I do think that there is an infatuation with blackness globally, and that there's also a stigma with blackness globally. I think that the trying to become black and adopt its characteristics is a more United States thing.
Oh, definitely.
All the rest of the world tries to adopt the white characteristics, and then whites try to adopt
The
black characteristics, but then deny blackness.
Very true.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely a thing.
So do you think, another thought about what it could be about is like about legacy, and what legacy do we leave, and if that legacy could meet us at our door with our face, are we prepared to deal with it and the consequences and the repercussions? Because everybody was them, and you left them down there. That's the legacy of America. That is who we are.
Yeah.
A country that discards people. So are we
That's very
prepared
true.
to like face our legacy if it looks like us and wants to be accounted for?
I doubt it. I feel like the last thing our country expects is something from the inside.
Do you think that's what the movie was about, though? Or had like any tone to that?
I could see it. It shed light on what could happen.
Yeah. I do think it's crazy that everybody just like had no clue what was going on. There was just so many of them down there that they just like.
But shit, you could say that that's what we are now. A lot of us that are just
I mean,
on social media and just, I don't want to say wasting lives, but you know what I'm saying, not actually living, just
Worried
existing,
about what's
just
happening
worried
with
about the
everybody
wrong
else.
shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, you know. So really you could say that that's like,
what you're saying, it's like, exactly, because in a sense, it'd be like, the 99% are the tethered.
Yeah.
The upper 1% would be
The
the
people that's
country,
out there
kicking it, living and
just
shit.
living life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. There's so many different ways you could look at that.
Do y'all think Lupita is gonna get nominated for a award?
I hope so. And the reason I say that is because she just played 2 roles, like,
And they were both
and
drastically
completely different
different.
people, like,
I mean, it's you're playing opposites.
She was a scared
completely different
housewife.
people. Like,
But like her character was like the most fully developed. Like
Yeah.
Abraham disappeared pretty quickly.
yeah.
The little boy.
No
he
one else
just-
could talk.
He didn't talk.
Yeah.
Only her character like really got into like being
Yes.
a person. Everybody else was like.
And
stunt
then,
double
like, her
shit.
movements,
Yeah.
like, man, like,
That was scary to me. Shit, if I seen somebody
They be
walking
having
up
the
in my
fattest like tears though.
yes.
Like,
Like,
no other scary movie. Like when there's be like white people crying, they tears be like
no. And
non-existent.
I be wondering how,
But
because
they be having like the and it's
dude
like on
from
cue.
Get Out, yes, like, how?
Just like boom, cry.
Not one thing I will say, I just love how they looked on camera as a family, as like a dark skinned family.
Yeah.
That looks so fucking good and just like dope as fuck. Like, I was just like, ooh, like it looked really good.
Another
Really
thought
good.
was that Jordan Peele is a big fan of Jaws, and so they say that the little boy was like a representation of him because he had that Jaws shirt on
Mhm.
throughout the movie,
Okay.
and so that's why he had a little bit more understanding. Like he was a representation of probably us and Jordan Peele, the director,
Right.
Hmm.
who was recognizing like, all right, you kind of crazy, you doing the growl when you kill people, because the little boy looked at her weird when she first killed the second person, like
One of the twins or one of the sisters.
I think it was the mom, right?
What's the sister?
It was one of the sisters.
Yeah, because the one that got up
Oh yeah, it was
the one that
it was a
he
twin.
got the
Oh yeah, he
girl
came back in.
golf club off the
Mhm.
stairs the first time. Because then the second one, she just
she was in the
back of wall
background.
too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
stabbed her out.
But every time she did it, she was making those guttural noises that
Yes.
Started grunting.
like
and
went
shit.
back to her like roots
Mhm.
of who she was. But that's also why she wasn't snapping on rhythm, like which I noticed in the beginning, but I
Yeah,
paid no attention
I
to.
promise. Yes, I was just.
like,
Yeah,
she not on beat. But
Yes,
I
and I
like,
was thinking that, like,
whatever.
why? But
Like, I thought it was
And
I
I'm
don't
mad
know
that
why
I
I
didn't
would look past that though
Now
in
I
the movie
know,
theater.
like,
Yeah.
in Jordan Peele movies, everything is important.
Everything,
like,
yeah, matters.
Because clearly she don't understand beat because she's never
She-
like been around music like that.
And then she's not the superior dancer either
No,
in that case,
she's not
because
at
you
all.
know, like, yeah,
She ain't got no timing, and then that's why he was looking at her funny in the car, like, you wrong, but all right.
Yeah, it was like once you watch a movie and you
I
know
gotta
what
see it
is,
again.
and you just like look back at all the like he was basically telling you the whole goddamn movie.
Yeah, no, I
Just-
just I gotta
We're
watch
missing
it again.
it.
Yes, like,
Like,
because
there was so- like, there
everything was
so
told
many things.
in the moment when they came in the house and she explained why they was there. Handcuff yourself to the table. You made me fuck with this nigga that I don't want to fuck with. I got kids that I don't want. This boy was born in fire. The girl was born.
Smile.
And
Yeah,
we just
some
accepted
shit.
that.
Yeah, like, yeah.
And-
Like, and we just looking like, damn, like,
But realistically, the handcuffs were real symbolic because in the beginning, she was handcuffed
same
to the
handcuffs.
bed.
Yep, same
And
handcuffs.
so
That's what I
once she finally
said.
got to escape, she handcuffed her, and like
Yep.
she never got those handcuffs off until like the very end of the movie.
After she killed her.
Yeah.
Because she killed her with those handcuffs.
Yeah.
And then the ambulance, little truck that the toy that he had in the door, they left in the ambulance at the end of the movie.
And then also the Thriller shirt, how it
Mhm.
is kind of like a representation of Michael Jackson's the movie Thriller, where he was the regular dude in the movie theater,
And then,
the zombie, and so then the
Yep.
doppelgangers, and that's why they all wore that glove.
yeah.
And then were me and
I
you
was-
talking about? What? You gonna say?
What? I was just gonna say, I was wondering why they all had the gold scissors.
I was just about to talk
What
about
the
that.
significance of
Was
that
that
was.
me and you talking about it? No,
Possibly.
I don't know, maybe. Where we were talking about how
That's what we did this week.
scissors were scissors are basically doppelgangers. It's two
I was
sides that
thinking
are
that.
exactly the same thing,
And, then
and
they come
together they
Or one.
they are one, and they're mirror images of each other, and that's why they use them to break the tether between them and their normal
The
selves.
normal selves, yeah.
And so that scissors was a representation of their being a doppelganger and being tethered to the other person, and so they use them
Yeah.
as like a symbolic break, and then also the Michael Jackson glove.
Yeah. I really can't wait until his next movie comes out. And the reason why I feel like these are all in the same universe is because he already said that he was making 4 movies. Like, this is like a 4-peat. Like,
I wonder what the next one's gonna be.
I don't know. I'm excited. Like, I want to go into all of his movies not knowing.
Yeah.
I like the way they did the trailer. The only thing I
didn't
wish
pay
they
attention
didn't
to
put on
anything.
in the trailer is the little girl strangling the other little girl.
I didn't see
Even
that.
though I didn't see the trailer. I only seen the trailer one time.
I never saw that part.
It was in there.
I never seen the trailer.
The only thing I saw in the trailer is when he walked out, and then she clapped her hands, and everybody scattered, and then they had the.
Oh yeah. I know
music,
what
but
you're
that was
talking
the very first trailer.
Yeah.
And then once I saw that, I decided I didn't want to see anything
about.
else.
Yeah, and that's why I want to go into all his movies thinking that way. And everybody should go into all his movies
Get Out was great.
not expecting fucking
Because I was
the same
out of
shit.
it that whole week.
Uh-huh.
I'm walking in the movie theater. I'm like, what the fuck are we even here to see?
Oh my god. Why did we come here?
I was like, and I sat down and I'm like, oh, us. All right, got you. I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Bet, I ain't watched nothing. I don't know what none of this is about. This is going to be interesting.
Yes, that
that
and I feel that's how people should go into movies.
Like, that was, to me, that was like one of the best thriller, horror, whatever you want to call movies.
And I didn't have the
In a
same
minute.
experience with Get Out, because by the time I watched Get Out had been out for a while.
Uh-huh.
I done heard all the reviews. I heard all the raves.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let me watch it. Let's see what
Yeah.
they're talking about. See what it's all right,
Yeah.
I get it.
Get Out was a straightforward message.
Yeah. I do like
And
Us
I feel
a lot
like that's
better
what
than Get
people
Out.
was expecting. I like Us better than Get Out, me
Makes think
personally.
more.
Yeah. That's what I like about it, though. The fact that it makes you think.
I like
guess-
Get Out more.
I
You
guess
like Get Out more?
Wasn't it wasn't like it was just a movie with a twist.
Mm-hmm.
I guess or in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like once you got the twist, it was like, all right, I get it. I get what you were trying to tell me, but I got you.
I feel like there's people that only saw the twist and didn't recognize everything else.
There's always gonna be people
Like, no, seriously.
that just like like, oh, here's the twist. All right, that was
Like,
interesting.
like, oh, that was stupid. I already seen it from the beginning. I already knew that from the beginning. All right. But yeah, no, I liked Us better than Get Out.
I like Get Out more because I feel like, while Us is more broad and like touches on everything,
Mm-hmm.
Get Out had like very unique symbolism, like the Cheerios, not Cheerios, but the Fruit Loops.
Oh, the Fruit Loops, yeah.
Yeah, how she ate them separately from the milk
Mm-hmm.
to show how you keep the colors and the white separate.
Mm-hmm.
Just like how there was just like lots of just different, real subtle symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
And that one, where this one, I wouldn't say it was heavy-handed,
Mm-hmm.
but if you were aware, and maybe that's just because you watch Get Out or rewatch Get Out, and we already kind of knew to look
No.
for certain things,
Mm-hmm.
that this one seemed like you caught more of like the subtext quicker.
Oh, and Us?
Yeah.
I don't know. For me, Us, I don't. Get Out was, well, I can kind of get what you're saying, but Us, for me, because I knew I was looking for some type of twin in things, that's what I was looking for going into the movie.
Yeah, and so
Like the 2 spiders at the beginning, but I feel like it was a lot of messages that I was like, oh shit, like, you know, that was like that, like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Same way with Get Out, but I feel like it was more like that with Us for me.
See, I feel like Get Out, its trailer didn't give you anything about what was gonna happen.
I don't remember
I will say this,
the
It-
Get Out
we-
trailer. I just remember his tears.
Like,
all it was is him crying, and her in a spoon. But and then we like figured out the sunken place, and
So,
like I don't know. I feel like
Sunken
the
Place.
sunken place is like something that's gonna be,
Do you think the Sunken Place is?
it's cultural.
I think the Sunken Place is like,
Where
I
Kaya
don't know.
lives.
It's like the mind.
I mean, it is. essentially,
Maybe
but
what if it was like the Sunken Place was the mind, and all of the people that were tethered were in the Sunken Place
It could be.
in their minds, and that's why they are controlled by the people up top, because
I mean, that could be a thing.
They can't really control themselves. You know what I'm saying? They have no original, not to say they have no original thought, but they really don't.
I mean, they don't have a soul. That's
True.
why they were killing them, because it was like, you break that bond and you take their soul.
That's, I mean, I guess that essentially would be the equivalent. That would be the main issue with cloning.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're just making a copy of something. It's not really truly rebuilding that. Because
The actual.
the one thing that's supposed to make us special is the fact that we have souls. And every soul is supposed to be different. If you clone
True.
something, whatever you clone technically wouldn't have a soul.
True.
In that sense of what they're doing, like for humans at least.
Mm-hmm.
Animals is a whole other situation, I guess.
I think animals have souls.
I mean, I do too.
I think animals have souls.
Like,
If you're cloning, you saying if you're cloning an animal, then the cloned animal would have a soul?
No, I'm not even saying that because like with animals, like okay, so if animals have souls, they have souls. The next animal being cloned wouldn't have a soul still.
Right.
It's still the same thing would apply. It's not the original. You wouldn't be able to clone a soul. Because
Right.
what the soul is supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So they were essentially soulless if they were all clones of everyone above. And I guess that would be.
I'm trying to like. I'm really like.
I'm really in my head like, get out
What I was gonna say though,
in a
like,
sunken
Get Out,
place.
like I will say, Get Out made me think about things that never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I dated white girls. Like,
Oh.
So like,
Like,
these are
oh.
situation, like that whole scenario never crossed my mind that something like that could occur, or something in a sense that would people even think to do that. I've been in a situation where I've been the only black face in a family of white people in the middle of fucking nowhere. Yeah, like they were in the middle of the South. I was in the middle of the fucking mountains. So after like watching the movie and thinking about it, I'm like,
That.
what if?
And I hate
that
to
whole
say it.
time,
That is
that's
scary.
What we thought that happened.
That's scary.
And I just walked into the shit. Oh, my girlfriend. She like, oh, come down to the family. And her mom suggested, you know what? It's the summertime.
Oh my gosh.
She goes down there during the summer. Why don't you just come down there and kick it with us? It's perfect setup. There you go. I'm in there. Bam. Sunken
Out
place.
here
I'm outta
fucking
here.
So
Never
drinking
see me again.
tea.
Just
Like,
because this ties in,
that's
I'm
the
gonna
thing.
report this real quick news.
What's up?
That's scary.
So the Celtics fan just got banned for calling DeMarcus Cousins a nigger. Good, but he only got banned for 2 years.
Why?
So does that show you how racist Boston is?
Fucking Boston.
But anyway, I just feel like that's just another like overture of like Get Out and things like that. You want to enjoy our black talent and our black celebrity, but you also want us to be subservient and up under your heels still.
Facts.
Right.
So yeah.
I don't even want to get into.
Fucking Capital's Playboy. Stay without black people. How would y'all really feel?
Hmm.
How would it really be in the country? Like sometimes I think about that. I'm like, what if all the black people just left? I don't know where the fuck we going.
Yo.
But what if we just all left? Like, what
If
half
we
went to
left-
Mexico and the other half went to Canada.
I don't even
Like-
want to like get into this. Like I watched a video the other day about Martin Luther King and how he felt that he failed us before he died because there was a quote of he was talking to somebody, Henry Belafonte or some shit like that, saying that he felt
Henry
that
Belafonte.
I think that was his name.
That's his name.
Is it?
Henry Belafonte.
Feeling that he led us to be integrated into a burning house or some shit like that.
Yeah, basically that his goal shouldn't have been to get rid of segregation, but to build us up, because bringing us with them only exposed us to more of their bullshit and gave them greater access to us where they had kind of limited themselves, which was folly on their part because we had started to prosper and
Yep.
we should have worked for the same things and not being like desegregated.
Right, not being integrated. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
no,
integration.
exactly. We should have
Or he should have also
had our
focused
own. We
on
could have
the fact
continued.
that it's the super wealthy that are realistically perpetuating a racial divide because it keeps all people focused on something that no one controls, while they can continue to just make as much money as they want to and control everything. Where we're always just worried about, oh, you're racist and things like that, but the wealthy just sit back and do whatever the fuck they want. And no one says nothing.
Yes. So if we left and went somewhere else, we possibly, and I'm only saying possibly.
It's not even like.
Well,
like,
9 times out of 10 we
situation. I don't know how that would ever happen.
No,
But
I don't
just
know.
Like, in general, like
I feel like we
just back away
thrive,
the country. Or not even,
but
not even just black people. What if the bottom underbelly just left? He's like, hey, fucking deuces, we out. Because that's what runs everything. Those are the people that's in your restaurants. These are the people in your gas stations. These are the people in your grocery stores. These are the people that make the country run.
So, what you're saying is we're the tethered, and without us, they'd be nothing. They wouldn't
Y'all
have
would
all
have
their
to
nice
either-
things.
And then you either
Agreed.
resort back to bullshit like slavery,
Agreed. Yep.
or you get off your ass and do something, which you're not going to do because
Agreed.
for the upteenth of hundreds of years, y'all been sitting on your ass family wise. So what's up? Like,
Mission: find another country. Shit. Rebuild life.
but realistically, that's not a thing. So it's not something they would have to worry about.
Yeah, no, because
The word, like, the closest we can get to that is everybody like that.
it's
like I said, that
because
underclass
of
just
things
unites.
like social media
Mhm.
and people fucking living their life for the shit, for likes and the
See,
internet.
I got a question I want to bring up, but I want to wait for Ash to be here. 'Cause
Oh,
it has nothing
shit.
to do with that. I'll ask it both times. So, do you think, is it fair to place traps in a relationship and then get upset when they fall for the trap? So, like an example, let's say you agree to have a threesome with your partner, and then that threesome happens to be you gonna do it with your best friend and your partner, and then you send your best friend to like test them, and then they start trying to get at your best friend like, well, we gonna have the threesome, we might as well do it anyway.
Yeah.
Why should you? One, is that fair to do that to your partner? And then two, should you be upset
Me
because they fell
personally,
for a trap that you said that you probably, since you said it, you thought they was gonna fail it anyway?
I'm gonna say this.
Uh-huh.
I don't have threesomes because I am very, very
Territorial.
territorial. Yes, very. But I was asked to do one before, and I would never do it with any of my friends. And not that I don't trust my friend and I don't trust my partner,
It just
but I
makes
don't
it
trust
weird.
y'all
Like,
because
it
no, I
makes
don't.
It makes it an awkward situation because, like, at that point,
I wouldn't, because now you're
Nah.
introducing a whole different type
no,
of
I won't
scenario.
Even, like, I won't even fuck my friend's ex-girlfriend.
No,
like,
no,
that's
no,
too,
no, because
no.
you're introducing a whole different type of relationship.
Okay, let's
When-
not
Don't
make it.
bring
All right,
friends.
so what if it's
Don't-
not a
don't
friend?
bring
What if
friends
you
into it.
find a chick, but then you
Uh-huh.
still send her to go tempt your mate?
Yeah, I mean, so in a situation like that, could you get mad? Yes, I still feel like you can get mad, because if you and your partner, whoever you're with, decided that y'all gonna have a threesome with this person, that was a decision for y'all too, and I feel like the person is going behind your back if they fucking with the other person.
But
Even if
you
they fuck
send
before.
them, and I feel like it's different with the best friend, and that's why I like that one, because if you use the best friend and you sent your best friend to come speak to me, I'm probably under the assumption, if we've already agreed to fuck and everything like that in this threesome, that she probably trying to gain some level of comfort with me. Maybe she don't want just no strange dick, you know what I mean? That might be like, hey, I know we doing this threesome, but let's chit chat and shit like that. Let's engage. All right, bet. And so in the course of engaging, if I'm planning to fuck you, and I started talking about fucking you, why is that wrong? When you sent her to me, I didn't reach out to her. It's not like I went and sought her out. You brought her to me. It's like sitting the steak in front of a dog and being mad he ate it.
I mean, I feel it, but it's just not some shit that I would do. So
I mean, I don't think
can't
you should do it. Like,
agree with it, because
I wouldn't do it because I don't think it's right either.
Because either way, I would be mad either way. Like it would be
feel like-
unacceptable, even
Do you
if
think
I
it's
sent
fair,
her.
though?
Don't think it's fair. No.
reason I don't think it's fair is because you like, if you felt you had to do all that in the first damn place, what that means is there's something wrong there in the situation already. Like the fact that you felt that you had to set him up and send somebody in, you sent somebody to him. You went as far to send another woman at your man.
I would never do that.
And
I wouldn't.
like,
Me personally, I would never do that.
Like you already got that. You got doubts right there. That's a whole situation. And when all this shit blows up, you come at me sideways. This is where we going. This is the argument we about to have.
That's just like when people
so why the fuck
make fake pages.
Yeah.
And slide in niggas DMs off the fake page. I would never do that.
And start like talking to him like, why are you doing that?
Because like I just would never do that. Because it's creating a situation that doesn't need to be created.
Like he probably out here swerving all these females and everything, and you in the DMs, and you coming on extra hard because you trying really hard. These other females probably ain't doing that for real. It's like, oh, slide to the DM. Oh, I got a girl. All right, bet, leave you alone. Or someone might double back one time, like a couple weeks later or some shit. But you in there, you trying to get it. You going in, you messaging, you like acting like you. This what it is.
No, I don't think that's fair. Cause you created the situation. Shit, if I did create the situation, my ass would still be mad though. I ain't gonna cap, but I would never do that shit though.
That's why.
I would be mad.
That's the one thing I don't understand about women. It's like y'all are create a situation and then be whole ass mad about the situation y'all create.
Yeah, if I did create the situation, I would be mad. I'm not even gonna lie, because I would just be mad at the fact that you entertained somebody else, even if it was me. Shit, even if it was me in your DMs. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You supposed to be entertaining me in real life.
Fuck. But like, well, why did you was aggressive and we was planning to fuck and you knew I was gonna fuck her.
No, because you was gonna fuck her with me. You wasn't gonna fuck her.
Well, I guess at that time,
what's the difference?
In that point, it did come down to the terms of the situation.
Me. Because
you
now you going behind my back.
But what about if you? But what if it's not behind your
That's
back? What if you come and say something to me
not,
like, "Hey,
I'm gonna fuck her. It's we gonna fuck her." I ain't hear what you said.
What if you come to me and be like, "Hey, you been DMing my friend," and I be like, "Yeah, I've been trying to see if she's trying to, see what's up before." Then what you gonna do?
See what's up with who? With you?
With me, yeah. Like just make her more comfortable. Now what you gonna do in the situation?
No.
You still gonna be mad?
Yeah, I'm still.
I was up front with you.
You was, but I'm still be mad.
Okay.
I appreciate you for telling me.
Would you be less mad because he was up front?
I wouldn't be mad at you. I'd be mad at my friend.
Oh.
I wouldn't be mad at you because you kept it 100. I'd be mad at my friend because she was going behind my back.
No, but you sent her. In this situation, you sent your friend.
That's still the situation.
So if I sent my friend and then you told me that
what happened?
My friend slid in the DMs.
Nah, I was just like, hey, yeah, I was trying to. What if you asked me about it? Like, what if I was just having a conversation, thinking that it's cool, and then when you asked me, I just give you all the information. Like, yeah, I was talking to her, seeing if we could meet up and everything, and see.
That's cool if we fucking her, but if you fucking her, it's a problem.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. I just was trying to make her more comfortable with the situation.
Bet.
I didn't know
if we already have talked about fucking the person, then I don't see what the problem is. But if it's just you, it's a problem.
Okay, I was just like I said, I was just trying to make your best friend comfortable.
That's just how I feel. If it's a threesome and if it's all of us, then we all got an agreement that it's all of us. But yeah, no.
Okay.
That's just how I see it.
Yeah, no, I want to get Ash's opinion on that.
I know I would love to get Ash's opinion on that because she'd come with some shit. I know. Yeah, no,
Right.
she'd come like with a good perspective. She would.
She'll come all the way on left field.
Ash, we miss you.
Yeah, we miss you, Ash.
Definitely.
Miss you.
I would call her, but just letting her daughter probably sleeping. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, don't
Let it ride.
Yeah. Oh. Jussie Smollett. All charges dropped.
Yes. Tell me what happened with this, please.
So, excuse me. Basically, the state attorney dropped all the charges, but the Chicago mayor and the Chicago police are really upset. They're saying that this is a slap in the face of justice and the city of Chicago. So, the state attorney said that after reviewing all the facts and circumstances of the case, including Mr. Smollett's performance of community service, an agreement to forfeit his $10,000 bond payment, we believe the outcome is a just just disposition and appropriate resolution. So basically, dropping the charges. But you're not really dropping the charges if this nigga did community service and gave y'all 10 bands. Y'all finessed the system, so he probably went to some higher and was like, so what do I got to do to get out of this?
Probably. More than likely.
That is
But yeah. So all the charges
That's
dropped.
funny,
I don't
so-
think he innocent, but I guess once because the brothers like recanted their story and started saying that, oh yeah, it was for training and shit like that. And so like 'cause at first they was like, yeah, he paid us to beat him up, and then they changed their story. And so like once your witnesses start changing their stories, you don't really got no case. So
man, that's fucked up
but
because
the state attorney's office just got 10 bands.
Cause niggas that ain't got no money can't do no shit like that.
Yeah.
They can't.
Do you think he still made it fucked up for
Empire?
not Empire, but for victims of
Yeah.
I don't think that's not going anywhere.
Hell
Because
yeah.
I mean, realistically, you might have got away with it, but
did y'all still want any more liquor? Or y'all
people
good?
don't feel that way. Like people look
You
at it
good,
different way.
Marcus? Too? You want more liquor? You good?
Sure, you go shit. What time is it?
I'm about
10,
I'm about to smoke.
10, 15.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep after this.
So no more liquor or yes liquor?
I said yes.
No more liquor. Yes, liquor.
Just gonna put me to sleep. No, I don't know. This is how I feel about this, right? I feel like he shouldn't have got away with it because he did do some bullshit. And at the same time, he like, oh, I didn't know you. I thought you were table. All right. Yeah, he shouldn't be able to just get away with the shit. But at the same time, I want to say fuck the police. So, like, I don't know how I feel about the situation.
Crazy.
And that's only because he's black, and I'm like, y'all can't have this black man. But then I'm like,
I don't feel like he should go to jail.
but at the same
But
time,
I also feel like what he did was real
Yeah.
fucked up for real victims of
It
like
was-
racial
Yeah.
crimes.
Yeah.
And then your reasoning behind it was not anything that was like.
So I mixed the
Well-
VSOP and the Douce.
Okay.
You about to be lit.
I'm not gonna drink it. Yeah, I'm saving.
Oh.
I
But
forgot
yeah,
all
his
the shit.
reasonings behind it was really selfish.
Yeah.
Everything was just selfish about the whole thing.
Do you think he's gonna be on Empire?
They shouldn't have him on there.
I mean,
Did
they
they
only got
redo
two more.
yet?
They only got 2 more seasons.
Okay.
Or not 2 more seasons.
Did
2
they-
more episodes.
Well, I don't know. Are they
And
killing him
so,
off?
and he not on. They wrote him out of this season basically, and Lucian got like a new son that came out of nowhere. It's like from his
Get
days
the
when he was
fuck outta
wild.
here.
That's what I hear. I don't watch it.
What? They just
That's why I stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Somebody coming out of left field.
Yeah, but I mean, like, the only reason I know is because like I was paying attention to the Jesse shit, and so
Yeah.
that's what was said around that. And they're like, well, we'll see next year how much they really let this nigga if he back on the show.
I don't know. Me personally,
I mean, shit.
Taraji was
mean-
shouting him out.
Yeah.
that's cool because you know him in person, but
He not innocent though. Like, y'all
Like
not
that's
gonna
what I'm saying. Like
So it's like we just not gonna.
we're not
So
holding
if
him
he-
accountable
So
for
if
shit.
he's innocent, then we gotta find the people who attacked him.
I feel like
That's what that got to be. So like,
Yeah.
are we looking for justice
No,
for him?
we're
Like,
not.
We're
We're
the
not.
victims.
We're
We're
not.
the perpetrators.
we're not
Like, how
because
we not looking for
know
them
that
now?
he's guilty, but he
feel
just
like-
paid his way
Like,
out of
that shit is
jail.
crazy. But my
I
thing
feel
is
like
like,
our
how are all these
people-
actors and shit like that just like trying to get behind this and like treat us like we dumb?
that's everything. Like I
Mhm.
feel like our people just like
I think people
pick
believing
the
in that
wrong shit to stand behind.
people don't. So the fact that he did the community service and shit like that wasn't necessarily publicized. All the headlines just say charges dropped.
Mm-hmm.
So to the mass public, they just think, oh, they just dismiss all the charges. Kinda. But this nigga kinda also did some things silently to get these things to go away.
Right.
Like give up 10 bands and do some community service. Do y'all got 10 bands y'all can just give up?
I don't know.
Of course not.
Not I, my nigga.
Yeah, so
I mean, shit. Like he easily could have just gave the witnesses you paid them off real easy.
yeah, you could probably gave them another $2,500 each. Cause it was only what $3,500 that he paid on the first side. So, but here's another 25,
Yeah, live your life, be happy.
and say that
That's what we
lost
got
out
money
on
to
a
do.
good-
this was for training, and I'm gonna give you this one in cash, so we ain't got no paper trail like last time.
Because we being stupid.
Yeah,
Paper trails.
but
I just don't understand how
I'm mad that everybody's just okay with
niggas
this.
don't watch goddamn CSI, Law and Order, nothing to know that we not paying for shit with bank accounts?
Niggas is dumb.
What?
No, because
Niggas think they, well, realistically,
think
it
about
didn't
his
matter.
ego. Think about where he was in his life that he had to pull this off.
Yes, you're right.
But no.
He probably thought he was
You're right.
untouchable.
He
You're right.
was. He
You're
was.
right.
He is. Shit, he's free. Charges dropped, allegedly. But yeah,
I mean,
untouchable enough that he can get out the
realistically,
situation.
he's not like he's untouchable enough. He's untouchable in this situation. This
That's all he
situation-
needs to be.
I guess, yeah. But
Wow.
like, realistically, I guess.
I think that's
I'm not gonna get into it.
No, it's pretty ridiculous because let a normal motherfucker.
Don't even be a
What's that?
normal
Oh,
motherfucker,
no,
like-
that one girl.
That wasn't that girl.
You said that one girl.
No, because I was thinking, but it's unrelated though. But even I'll just say it anyways because I mentioned it. But I was gonna compare the two, but they're not comparable. She lied and said that like she was a feminist, I believe, and she lied and said 15 different dudes raped her, and now she's gonna go to jail.
Who?
It was like somebody.
Oh, I did hear about that.
Now
And
she's
that's the
going
shit
to
I've
jail.
been talking about.
I mean, so
Shit
yes,
like
they
that.
both lied, but hers was like, you trying to blame 15
Yeah,
different
like
people
what
type
he
shit,
did
you know?
was like it has damaging effects, but it's not big enough in the eyes of the public for them to care for real. Like
Yeah.
he did what he did, and it's over with. Like I
Yep.
didn't know the shit was still going on until you just brought it up now.
Agreed.
Like
That's
in a couple
crazy
months,
though.
ain't nobody gonna pay attention to this shit no more. It wasn't anything like he didn't do anything. Like the most he did was beat himself up
His little
in
scratch.
the public's eye. Realistically, he made it real bad.
I mean, the most he did that the white people care about.
Yeah.
True.
And like outside of that, he did damage to
I
witnesses
am
and people
the
who
gay
actually
Tupac.
go through things, you know. And like all these people who deal with these situations, people that deal with racist things,
Mm-hmm.
deal with the sexuality and all that whatnot, made it bad for them now too, because it's like, oh, this happened to me. Prove it.
Yep.
Y'all niggas lying.
Right? How do we know you're doing this? Because he did it. So I mean, I don't know.
That really sucks though because I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm not gonna say I'm pretty sure because I don't know his life, but
He doesn't strike me as a person
has ever had to deal with the hardships of being
a black man in America.
No, he just Daniel Caesar the
Or-
situation.
Yeah.
oh my god,
Oh, did you hear about that?
don't get me started on
About the
Daniel
Daniel
Caesar.
Caesar head ass.
No, we can
That
talk
was
about that.
perfect.
Daniel
too.
Caesar the fuck
That
up
was
the whole
perfect.
situation.
That was perfect. Daniel Caesar, you should have just sat there and ate your motherfucking food, my nigga, because while I loved your music,
I don't
what
like
the
you no
fuck?
more.
Right, don't
what
open
the
your,
fuck? Like,
Hey.
Don't open your mouth.
You came for a white woman,
first of all, you're not even
American.
American, so
What the fuck?
How you speaking on our struggle?
how are you?
Yes, exactly. You don't know our life.
Once again, here's this thing, y'all not
And
here.
why are we being so mean to white people?
My nigga, shut up.
Nobody being mean, nigga. Shit. Anyways,
I need you to come down here and spend like you ain't gotta spend a whole week. Give me 2 days. Give me
what?
half a day in the valley. I'm gonna see how you really feel.
Man. Man. Yeah, that one.
Come see how people really
What was
live.
he
my
saying?
nigga.
Cancel me. Cancel me.
Yeah, like,
All right, bet.
you right. I don't stream your music. I don't purchase your music. So, that's pretty easy for me. I don't follow you on any platform, so I can continue to ignore you. I like your music, and I hear your music. So,
I don't really
and I
like-
also have your music.
The thing about it is,
And now I just take it.
But
black people. I'm not saying that white people don't listen to Daniel Caesar, but
We are his
I'm
audience.
quite sure we're his audience, one, and we are the platform to his success
Yes.
and how he got put onto these pop charts and shit like that.
people don't. But once again, he's from outside the circle. Outside the circle doesn't understand it.
You
Inside
right.
the
You right
circle.
about that though. That's crazy.
I wonder how Drake is in this whole situation. Just like, cause he's from technically outside the circle too.
He
He's
is,
from Canada,
but
too. It's like,
He is.
I wonder how he views these things. Would
I don't
he,
know,
like, does he
because-
really? Because I mean, like his father is from the state, so
Yeah.
like, he got family in the state, so maybe he dealt with it anyway.
Well, he claimed he used to be in Memphis and shit, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
So
he
he
had his
can-
dealings in
yeah,
the States,
yeah.
so maybe he understands a little bit
Yeah.
more, or he'd have a better understanding.
Yeah,
of
I'm pretty sure.
the
I feel
country
like
and
he
its
would
culture.
definitely. I feel like he
'Cause, I mean,
would.
I definitely feel like when it comes to black people in our country are widely different from the black people in the rest of the world.
Agreed. Motherfucking
The
facts.
rest of the world, black people compared to America, we might be
We're a whole different type of.
category. It's a whole other group of black people. Have them look at us like,
A whole different type of struggle.
You what? You sure you're not white?
Shit.
Just like you. You look like a white man to me.
Daniel Caesar's white. That's his white.
He cut off his dreads.
Yeah, he did do that.
He ain't colored his hair.
I know that video.
Turn
I
to
was
white
so
boy.
confused. That was my first time seeing him. First of all, since he cut
Yeah,
his
I
shit off
looked
and
at him,
dyed
I'm like,
his
is
hair,
that,
I was
that's,
like,
where does his hair go?
whoa, buddy,
Yeah. What are you
you
doing?
should have kept your dreads, my guy.
Yeah, like I don't know why he did that.
Yeah.
His, you know what? He cut his hair, and we just had a conversation about how all the artists who cut their hair put out
Oh.
trash music next.
Oh no.
Like, think about it. Fucking The Weeknd cut his hair. His
That
music.
part.
Got,
That part.
who else cut the hair? Busta Rhymes cut his hair.
That part.
Fucking Ludacris cut his hair.
Non-existent music.
A lot of people say Trey Songz.
That part.
So
I feel like Trey Songz is arguable, but
I mean, like that's the only one you can argue. But
yeah.
No, I need fucking. Well, no, you know what? What I'll say about Trey Songz?
Hold up. Bow Wow.
Anticipation.
a Bow Wow.
I said
I
little
think it was
Bow
popular
Wow.
when he had braids, though.
Man,
Can't knock it.
that's when he was a cute kid.
Romeo.
Romeo,
was
ICDC college.
Yeah, he did things with his life.
And
Daniel
then,
Caesar.
The whole Dave Chappelle thing.
you know, it's crazy. He tried to use the fact that Dave Chappelle called him
No,
gay
and that was not.
as like a reason, and him getting over it as
Yeah.
us needing to get over. Yes, Jules, wearing a nigga shirt, and then also subsequently trying to throw black women under the bus when she sleeps her way to the top, allegedly. Like, that shit was wild. And he looks like a dirty Cisco. Like his hair color ain't even right. Like look at it, it's still black on the
It's
bottom.
still black on the bottom.
They're like he didn't do it all the way right,
No, what happened was he did it and
And
then
it
it
grew
grew.
out.
and he just
He
didn't.
didn't do shit with it. So
Yeah, like,
now
this
it's
is
blonde
sad.
black.
This is sad, and I'm mad that he asked for more black people to be into the live. Like your drunk ass around all these
Head asses.
head ass niggas
Head-ass
just
niggas.
letting you freestyle off your drunk ass dome.
Yes, they should have stopped you.
Like you just in
Yeah,
here,
y'all should
just,
have
yo.
kept the phone.
and everybody just in there looking
In the
like.
back, he like, he paying for my
Eat his
food.
shit, yeah.
I ain't.
Yep.
You know it's
That
crazy.
shit free. What you doing?
That's when you got. That's when you know you got people around you that's not really loyal. Like
Yeah.
Yes,
you provide an
ma'am.
opportunity, so they a yes nigga. They just silent. They just like, he right. Shit,
Nah, my
let me
nigga,
get
nah.
some more egg fouillon.
Right.
Like, come on now. Like that shit look crazy. His hair look crazy. He look crazy.
No, they had put his fucking picture on that girl body with the that was talking about. She ain't like black people. On fucking what was she on Maury or some shit? And it fit the picture so well.
Shit,
'Cause she looked like that for real. If I could find that meme,
I'm pretty sure it's Maury.
hmm,
I'm pretty sure it's Maury.
it was Maury.
Don't y'all dare use his dreaded picture. I hate y'all.
Hmm.
Like, oh wait, we gotta use this picture because I don't know where the fuck he is now.
Yep.
Let's see if there's any more topics on the docket. Anything else that y'all want to talk about or had thoughts on?
Wait a minute.
What happened?
He apologized.
Yeah, of course.
Your apology.
Of course he apologized. Everybody
I
apologizes.
can admit when I'm wrong. No, nigga.
Like,
You better apologize
you
to them
just
checks.
you recognize you telling us to cancel you
'Cause
wasn't the
niggas
best
know how to
idea.
bootleg
Right.
music.
We was like, all right, bet we'll cancel you for real, and just started to, and you was like, oh shit, maybe that's not what I should have said. Yeah, how about
You
you?
thought
No.
people weren't actually gonna stop listening to you, my
Like-
nigga? Have you not read the culture? Oh wait, you're not here. You
Clearly-
understand what's going on?
Clearly, this is state and time. I don't even think that's an excuse. Like right now, like you got the internet. So
No, I don't use it as an excuse.
You should like he should Google. He should have Googled.
When you say
Ain't no-
cancel, we go cancel you real quick, my nigga. That's a thing nowadays.
That's what we're doing.
No, seriously, that's the wave.
Yeah, like that's a thing.
That
Don't-
is the wave.
Don't put yourself in the wave.
The
You're trying
cancel
to get
wave.
the
No,
fuck out the
seriously.
way. You're trying to get
That
away
is
from the
the
way. You're trying to
fucking
swerve
wave.
that bitch. You're trying to dive up under.
Seriously.
You know, wave come your
Oh,
dick.
but you know, when you
I'm
ain't
just
from
saying.
here, you don't know. You don't know. Shit.
Like, you like cancel me, you will get canceled so quick. And then you put yourself. They looking for people to cancel.
Seriously.
He was like, hey,
Uh,
I'm right here. Got
Oh,
you.
you offered to cancel?
My nigga, if you don't chill the fuck out,
Bet.
go sit down somewhere.
Bet.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like all that shit is dumb.
Do do do.
Niggas are trash.
Trash.
I agree with that shit too.
And
They deserve that shit.
Gotta go. And I don't understand why they don't just want to leave. But other than that, do we have more shit that we want to talk about or not?
No. Pretty tapped.
Yeah, I think I'm done. I forgot all about Daniel Caesar ass that fast. See
Did
what
y'all
happens
remember
when you
the
get
Jess Larry
canceled.
shit?
Oh
What
yeah,
happened with
yeah,
Jess
yeah,
Larry?
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know what
yeah,
happened
yeah.
with that.
Oh, I do know what I want to ask you. How do you feel about Kodak Black saying he wants to fuck Young M.A.
I was
repeatedly?
very.
It's not really weird to me. I'm gonna tell you why. I listen to A$AP Rocky. He talks about that shit all the time.
What did he say?
I said I listen to A$AP Rocky.
What
does
does he
he
talk
say?
about fucking?
It's not anyone in particular,
But see, that's the issue.
but he's just talking about
What?
fucking studs. Like,
But
as a guy.
he targeted a person, and then said person responded and said, "Hey, I don't like that," and they said, "Nah, what girl don't want to get penetrated?" That's
my
rapey.
issue.
Okay, all right.
That's my
maybe I
issue.
shoulda had that
It's
information before I started
disrespectful
talking. Like,
to
see,
me.
You didn't give me all that.
You just started talking.
When it's a girl
I was
that
going to finish explaining
clearly-
the story. You just went in. It was like, I don't got an issue. I was like,
Okay, all right.
It's a woman that clearly doesn't like men on that level. Clearly doesn't want men on that level. That's the same type of niggas out here. That's the same equivalent. That's to me. That's the equivalent of, oh, I'm trying to talk to this girl, and she like, no, I don't want to talk to you, and you just keep
keep
and
doing
keep and keep,
it. Like,
and
what
then
the fuck
niggas
is
hop
wrong
on the
with you, my
wave. Yeah, like
nigga? Like, that's not what's up. You
No.
creepy.
no.
Yeah.
And
that-
I actually
that
I
is
liked
weird.
Kodak, and I still like his music, but
See, I'm not a big fan of you. I don't like his voice.
I like
Yeah,
his
I know.
voice. I actually like his voice. But no, that was really disrespectful, and for that to be on the level that it was.
Yeah, like you put in a song, all right,
like,
whatever.
Yeah,
And then you make lives about it constantly.
and then you
she
got other rap
respond.
niggas. Yeah.
Yeah, then everybody else is like, oh no, it's cool. No, it's not.
No, it's not
Yeah,
cut that
cool
shit out.
because.
like, she might lightweight be able to put the hands to you, my nigga.
But then you never know what somebody went through in their life either, though.
Yeah, like what if somebody
With
raped her
some type of
before?
aggressive
Right.
male in their life
Because
that was
she
on some shit
is
like
an
that.
attractive female, and you decide that you should like men, but she
Mhm.
don't, and that's all there is to it at the end.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know. So yeah, that was just interesting.
Oh. At the same time, he just might not understand that.
How do you not understand that?
mean,
Because
people are stupid.
now what I will
Like, it's
say
not-
is
it's not
Kodak
stupidity,
is
it's ignorance.
that part. Yeah.
Like, because realistically, you could turn around and be like,
Although-
I understand how she don't want to be penetrated, my nigga, and be like, hey, my nigga, do you want to be penetrated? Be like, well, that's not the same thing.
But no,
she's
did
a
y'all
female,
see-
so
did
since
y'all
she's
see
a
the post?
female, that's what females. He could just be stupid as fuck, to be honest.
But my
That's not
thing
an
is, like,
excuse.
But even the word, Marcus, when you talking about a woman that you want to fuck, you ever use the word penetrate?
No.
Exactly. You know who used the word penetrate? Rapists.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Niggas that been in
I'm
jail.
just making points. Like I said, it's not an excuse.
I'm just
for
saying,
what
like,
he's saying. I'm just.
you can't be ignorant when you got Google and you also got a pending sexual
Oh, yeah, I
assault
forgot he had
rape
a-
case coming up in April.
I
So
forgot
in a
about
couple
that
weeks,
too.
you got shit going on, and yet you sexually antagonizing a woman.
Forgot about that too.
Like, what part of the game is that?
This
I mean,
nigga Kodak.
I'll still say he's ignorant.
Oh no, I mean, but
Like,
I
I understand what you're
I can
saying,
agree.
but like it all stems from him just being ignorant. Like, I'm not saying it's an excuse. You should be able to, like inform yourself and understand these things. But some people are just fucking ignorant. Like that mindset. Like you explaining this, no matter how many ways you can explain it to them, it
I
would
can't
never
stand
click in
people
their
like
fucking
that.
minds.
see, my thing is, people are too focused on understanding. You don't need to understand. You just need to accept. It's not for you. The end. You don't need to understand why. And see, that's why I don't care about ignorance. You don't need to understand everything. Everything ain't for you. Do you need to understand why another man wants to take dick in his ass? No, I don't. That's between him and the dick that he wants to take.
Facts.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. Don't care. That's my nigga. We kicking it. What he do in the bedroom, that ain't got shit to do with me. I don't need to understand that. That's what he like to do. So understanding don't need to be there. You don't need to understand. She said no. The end. Why does it have to be more? Why do you continue to have to be aggressive? And that's my issue with it. It's like, even if you didn't understand in the beginning when you was saying that you wanted to fuck her, when she told you, hey, my nigga, I don't like that. You came back and was like, I don't care. I'm gonna fuck you anyway. What?
It, like I said, it's still fucking ignorance. Because realistically, where he's at, he can walk up on a bitch and she'd be like, "Oh no, I don't want that." And he's like, "I'm gonna do it anyway." She'd be like, "Okay," and that's what he's used to. And that's
Still rape.
I understand that's rape. I get that, but it doesn't defeat ignorance. The only point I'm trying to make is ignorance. That's it. It's just all this dumb shit. It stems from fucking ignorance. That's all it is. Because like, if you're in a situation and you're in a world where no one tells you fucking no, and someone tells you no, well, you try again, and then they're like, yeah. Essentially, you think the whole fucking world is like that.
I mean, but then that just leads into like male culture, and then like that could go into any man where he's like, well,
It's toxic
you know
masculinity.
How she be like, because you know a chick could say no, and it don't necessarily mean no is what niggas would say, and we'll keep going, and then turn that no into a yes, or what they perceive as a yes, or her not necessarily going saying no anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. That don't make it right.
I never said it was right.
I just don't think there's
arguing
an. I don't know. I don't think there's any like excusing that.
I'm not excusing it.
I get
telling you
what
where it's
Marcus
coming
said. He
from.
just said, yeah.
I'm just giving you an explanation on where it's coming from. I'm not excusing it. I'm not making an excuse for it. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying there's a reason you shouldn't be punished for it. You should get away with it. That you should do it. What I'm saying is, this is where it stems from. It stems from the fucking ignorance and the things you're around when you're growing up in your life. I'm just giving you a reason for it. I'm not giving you anything else. I'm not defending it or anything like that.
I don't know. I'm not fucking with it. And I'm not fucking.
Yeah, I
with
never
Kodak.
fucked with him in the first place. So I mean,
Y'all is fucking killing me, man.
Why?
Cause y'all just funny as fuck. Because I see both of y'all. Like I get exactly what you said, and I get exactly what you said. And you just saying that it's just
giving,
ignorance,
like,
and you're not.
perspective, and I don't care about this perspective.
You're
Fuck
not.
that. Ain't no perspective in certain things. Like, yeah, I can understand that niggas is ignorant and they just don't know.
But it's not
Yeah,
acceptable.
it's not-
Ignorance is not acceptable.
And
is
for
what
me,
you're saying.
it's not a
But-
level of not knowing, though. I guess for me, I don't see it as ignorance. You being told no, you don't not understand no.
you've never been told no and asked why?
But that's not what he did. He said, you want to be penetrated. He didn't ask why. He just said, why don't you? She said, no, I don't want that. He said, yes, you do.
I don't know. I can't we can't have this argument.
Why?
Because like I said, we're doing perspective.
I
and
don't know.
look at
That's
things
why
the
I
way
was
you look at
looking.
things.
That's
But
why
I'm
I'm looking at it. I
that
don't
way.
understand
like,
why
how
it's
don't
not
you
debate.
understand
you
no?
don't like you look at it at face value. I don't look at it from face value. I'm looking at life perspective.
I mean, like,
and
I
things of that
understand
sense, and I'm
him not
looking at everything
understanding
that
the
builds
concept.
up to that point.
No, but I get him not understanding the concept that a woman doesn't want a man or doesn't want penis. I can understand him not understanding that concept and not really understanding the full scope of sexuality. I can get that because he's probably ignorant in those ways. And so I'll give him that. So again, him first saying it, I don't got no problem with that. You was like, yeah, she say she a lesbian, but he probably do know a lot of women that do say that they're a lesbian, but when he tried to get at them, they going for it. So he went for it. But you should also know that once a woman tells you no, it's no, and there is no like level of understanding that you need to have after that. Because it's no. So yeah, you might not have understood in the beginning, but when she told you no, that's when you should have understood.
I get that, but that's not what I'm arguing.
What are you arguing then? Because I don't understand. Because you just told me that he didn't understand. So what doesn't he understand? What is he ignorant of?
I don't even care about that.
What you said he was ignorant. So what is he ignorant of?
What I'm talking about is what I'm not talking about. Essentially, what I'm talking about is just the root of where it comes from, just the root of the problem in general, just where the shit comes from. That's all I'm talking about. Essentially, I moved away from the whole Kodak situation. This can apply to anybody in the situation. It's just the root of where the shit comes from, is where it stems from. I'm not excusing the situation. I'm not saying he was right in the situation. Hell, the ignorance doesn't excuse shit. But I'm saying the whole thing, like just the culture in general in that situation, this is where it stems from. That's what I'm explaining. I'm explaining everything behind it.
But we all know where it comes from, and so what does that matter?
Some people might not. That's the point of me explaining it.
I mean, I feel like
we're doing a podcast.
When you got a pending case, and see,
I guess
you're making it a broad thing, and I guess I'm focusing on like what Kodak did, because I feel like Kodak, with all the circumstances surrounding him, should know better, should be being advised better, and so that speaks to a lack of him having people in his circle that probably should be checking him, a lack of understanding of the real life situation that he's currently in. So yeah, there's a lot of levels of ignorance that are there. And so if we're talking about a general understanding of people, then yeah, you're right. There's a lot of, especially down in the South where he's from, where homosexuality isn't embraced, isn't openly accepted as it is in certain other parts of the country. Not even going to say a specific region, just certain parts are more accepting than the South. And so yeah, you probably do have systemic, just like downtrodden and misguided thought processes about like homosexuality, but I don't think that applies to Kodak, because Kodak has now been through like other certain things. Like this isn't his first sexual assault case that he's had to deal with and had to like go to some like anger management and therapy things and shit like that. So are you just ignoring all the tools that niggas are giving you? So are you remaining willfully ignorant? And so that's why I guess I'm focused on Kodak and not everybody else, because I feel like Kodak's a different case.
He's been remaining ignorant. I will say that part. As many times as the man have been to jail.
Don't shit change.
Over and over and over and over. He's around the wrong people. He's ignorant to a lot of what goes on. He's smart on the street shit, I feel.
Yeah.
But he's ignorant to a lot of shit that goes on outside of
his world.
Yeah, definitely. So with that being said, I understand both sides of what y'all saying. I think like, you're both correct.
We started at Kodak, but I broadened it.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think you're both correct.
So like I said, I get your broad point. I just don't think that it applies to him, because you've gone through enough situations in life now as an adult that you should be making different decisions. And the fact that you're not is because you're choosing not to. And that's okay. There's repercussions for that, and I'm sure that you'll face those. Which, I mean, I'm not going to say I wish jail on anybody, because I don't really. I think that's
no,
in itself shitty.
It's definitely not.
I also think that you shouldn't be allowed to go out and just continue to harass and terrorize women with nothing happening to you. So.
Oh, another topic question for y'all. What y'all feel about Cardi?
That shit is crazy.
What y'all think about the dude coming out? Because my thought of that was,
what happened with Cardi? I don't pay attention to her, bro.
An old video Cardi came out when she was talking about what she had to do to survive, and she said that she used to drug and rob men.
Oh, I did see that.
And a guy came out and said,
"It's a whole hashtag called
Cardi raped me." Cardi raped me.
Yeah,
it was a condom on the floor.
Comparing to something else in that situation.
Comparing Bill Cosby, probably.
Was it Bill Cosby?
Probably was.
It was Bill Cosby.
Probably was.
Big one with Bill Cosby.
And the dude said he wasn't gonna press charges. He just wants to move on with his life. My only issue with that is Why come out and say something?
Why, did anybody
Why
ever come
tell
out and
your
say something?
whole story
Well, here's the thing, right?
just to say, I just want to move on with my life?
Just to put it out there. Cause
For
like,
what though? Because now it's not to say that you can't move on with your life, but now you've put yourself out there to the public,
he
and
might
that
not
opens
have
up
been,
doors for.
like, looking at it
Maybe
that
that's
way,
what he
though.
wanted. Maybe he wanted a check.
Maybe he wanted. He probably did want to check.
It's possible.
That's what I'm saying though. So, if you're moving on with your life, you just like, well, in my opinion, that's gonna be my opinion. Then you just gonna chalk that shit up. As he took an L. You just gonna take an L and keep it pushing.
See, my thing is, I don't really. There's a lot of illegal things that happen in sex work, like niggas saying that they gonna buy some pussy and then beating the stripper or the prostitute up and raping her.
Mm-hmm.
So, Cardi drugging and then robbing y'all is also just part of like that illegal underworld.
I agree.
My issue is more so with the second thing that Cardi said, where she was like, if your man cheats on you, the way to get him back isn't to cheat on him, it's to drug him and a tranny and have
What?
them all have sex.
I didn't hear that part.
And so that's like, that's crazy.
No, that's fucking foul.
Yeah.
That's foul as
And that's
fuck.
kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it has like undertones of like, kind of like or
That's
transphobia or homophobia in it, where it's like,
Evil.
I'm going to use you as like a tool, like, because you're drugging them as well.
Yeah.
Like, all of that is crazy. Like, that's
That is
rape.
crazy.
That's a lot of crazy shit.
That's
And so, like, that
That's
then
scary.
coupled with the first thing that you cool with rape, it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know
that's scary. I'm not gonna
who
lie.
you are as a person, my nigga.
No.
Hey, we right back to this underbelly. Look, all right. So here's my thing, right? You gotta stick with me on this one, right? Yeah, you ain't gotta stick with
I'm
me. Just
listening.
listen,
I'm
shit.
listening.
Cause like it's a thing. It's a thing. Shit happens. It is just not something that's really paid attention
Put
to.
out there.
It is not something that people really take seriously because of masculinity. The whole situation when it comes to men, it's like, ha ha ha, you're a man. Why would that ever happen to you? Well, why did you let that
And
happen?
that to
That
me,
shit's crazy to me.
now that is crazy to me, and I don't have a problem with you coming out saying that you was raped.
Mm-hmm.
It's how you went about it, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Because men do get raped.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I do think that it's taken much lighter because he's a man and she's a woman.
No, half the time it's not even taken seriously.
Yep.
Like, you look at domestic violence cases, the woman sitting here beat the fuck out of me. You see my face, and it's like, oh, why am I going to jail?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Did she call the police on me? Do you not
That
see
was like
Bow
Bow Wow.
Did you
Bow
not see
Wow.
my face? Like, but if I would have hit her once, it would have been a whole motherfucking situation in the case.
Yep.
So it's just that's the double
Yeah, no,
standard.
I agree though. I do agree. I feel like he was trying to get a 15-minute real quick.
Oh yeah, that the whole situation.
He trying to get him a little check. But
It didn't seem like
Yeah.
he really cared to like put the issue out there outside of anything else.
no,
Right here.
no, he literally described the whole situation and then was like, well, just want to move. I took my L. I lost my Gucci belt and my wallet,
That's it.
and it was a used condom on the floor.
So
But
she raped him?
I just want to move on with my life, and I'm not pressing charges.
Yeah, where did you come from, my dude?
Why did you?
And that's the
Why
thing,
did
though,
you
like,
say something?
I've had conversations with women. It's like, how do you even? How's that? Like, how would you have to be excited for it to happen?
That's how I feel.
Not really. I mean,
I'm like, no, not
it's
really.
just
Cause like,
a physical reaction. It don't.
yeah,
Like, if we sit down too long, our dicks get hard.
yeah, like
So
it's not a thing. I mean, realistically,
if
you can
he
just
so
blood rush into the
so
area.
okay
You can
so
give me a pill and
this the question.
instantly it's there for 6 hours. There
This
you
the
go.
question though. So if because he's saying that he went to the strip club, so and not to say that this makes it right or wrong, but you went to the strip club, you seen Cardi, you was attracted to her,
Mhm.
you wanted to fuck her, y'all went back to the room together, you was conscious for that portion. You went to the bathroom, she poured you a drink, you got drugged, you still got fucked. You wanted to fuck, you don't remember the fucking, and you got robbed.
Mhm.
But you still went in there with the intention of fucking. Just like he said that it's a part of the shit that goes on in the underworld of bullshit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, because you still went in there with the intention of fucking her.
So I mean, in the sense, like I can see where you're going with that. It wouldn't technically be rape,
I ain't even saying it's not rape because still you drugged the man and still fucked him.
But like drugging him, like at that sense, like it would have took time to kick in. Like you were saying, it would have been you went into the situation you were gonna fuck.
Yeah.
That's what your whole plan was. So it wasn't more or less it just being rape. It would have been more just robbery.
That's
You know what I mean, like the pussy was just a distraction.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you out, I'm taking your shit and I'm out.
Yep.
It's not like I forced you down, I tied you down, and I made you.
Because you still wanted to. You still wanted to fuck.
Took your shit.
You still wanted to fuck.
Yeah.
Nah.
So I can see what you're saying in that case.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know either. Well,
I don't think
that's the show.
Yeah, it's like I'm done.
That's the show.
Come on.
This has been Conscious Reconstruction. I'm your host with the most. Bitches Jones.
Out of here.
Big dog, big dog. Follow us on fucking YouTube, Conscious Reconstruction. Fucking Instagram, Conscious Reconstruction. Twitter. All Hell King Killmonger. Sam's Club Podcast. Everything. Fuck it. And we out.
SWAT.